Hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of this Let's Play of Schuld. Now, in our last episode, I was in the middle of a pickle as a large, brute-looking, what's it called? One of those things from Star Trek with the wonky eye. Anyway, one of those things was after me, so let's see if we can handle that boss battle after my crippling failure last time, which you didn't get to see because of time constraints. So, I explained this last time, but I had to cut it, so I'll go over it again. Basically, this is a boss fight of attrition. You just have to run around the room like a headless chicken while this guy tries to kill you. And you have a set amount of HP, so you gotta, stay away from him. Eat up the time until he dies and succumbs to the rot. And you can eat up time by throwing that, which will cause him to pause for a few seconds, Or you can dump this on the ground, which will eat up some more time. Sure, you run around, he's throwing knives. I walked right into that one. Now, while I'm doing this boss fight, let me get into more detail about why I don't like Schuld, because I feel like I didn't properly explain that last time. This week, I just died. This week I was replaying Witch's House, with The Witch's House, which is a great game, also RPG Maker, love it a lot, recommend it, bring the kids. And, I was thinking, I enjoy that game a lot, but that game is really dark, also. And one of the things I criticize Schuld for on this show is that Schuld seems unpalatably dark to me. And I thought, that's a weird discrepancy, for me to like one dark game but not another. So I really thought about it. What's the difference in darkness between The Witch's House and Schuld? Well, I think the main difference is, first of all, The Witch's House is prettier to look at. The areas are more creative and more colorful, and I feel like it has a real personality that Schuld lacks. Schuld has a personality, and it definitely has a unique look, but it's a look that I don't really like so much. It's to put it frankly, it's kind of ugly. It's full of muted grays and browns and nasty stuff. I do like the jet of blood that comes out of Aaron's head whenever he takes damage, but, and also another thing about The Witch's House is it has a silent protagonist, so when you see her doing the kind of stuff that she does, it brings up more questions and is therefore more interesting. Aaron is a chatterbox. And my rule is, if you're going to have a game where the player character is a chatterbox, they need to be an interesting or compelling character in their own right. Because the purpose, of course, of video game character is to immerse yourself in the world. Like, it's supposed to be a conduit or avatar for you to play the game. Aaron is not an interesting character. He doesn't really say anything super insightful. He only just gormlessly says the most basic things you'd expect a protagonist and the stuff to say, like, ew, how gross, I'm not giving up my arm, that stuff. Now, later on, he will show a little bit more of a character. And I do like it when, Aaron's problem is that he's got a real anger management problem. And it hasn't come up, it's come up a little bit, but it hasn't come up super noticeably yet, but don't worry, it will. So that is one thing I like, because that's the only time where he has a definite identity. But other than that, he's rather dim, kind of mean, and doesn't say anything that anybody else in this position couldn't say. Anyway, I've only got 6 seconds left, so hopefully we'll do it this time, and this Scion, is that what it's called? Those things from Star Trek? I don't remember. Will stop attacking me. Yes, there we go. He dies due to the rot on the spot. It progresses that fucking fast. Here's Virgil again. How low have these people sunk to try and kill others out of greed? I think people have always been doing that. That's kind of a universal thing. Everyone would do so, Aaron, if the circumstances required it. I cannot accept that. I would never sink so low. I don't want to. Well, if you don't want to, that's different. Where's the exit? I want to get out before it's too late. That door leads to the exit. The door was locked earlier. Whatever. Oh boy, an obstacle course. Cigarettes? They signify power, because they're penis-shaped, you see. Everything you know, whether cash, precious metals, or valuable stones, has long since lost its value. Besides flesh, cigarettes are the only valuable currency in this world. And food. And water. And they are the only thing that can somewhat ease the pain. Not weed, just tobacco. Okay, so while I'm doing this fucking terrible obstacle course, let me talk more about the game's ties to or its references, I should say, to the Divine Comedy. As you probably know, The Divine Comedy is a work written by Dante in the Renaissance, detailing his journey through the Christian afterlife. It pretty much codified how we perceive hell and heaven today, particularly hell, as a realm full of ironic punishments suited to the sin that you committed in life. This game got sort of a boner for the first section of the Divine Comedy, which is the most famous, which is the Inferno. And in the Inferno, Dante, the narrator, goes through hell and is toured through it by his guide Virgil. Yes, same name as the dude in this game. Now, Virgil is actually a poet from ancient Rome who was idolized in Dante's home country of Italy. He wrote the Aeneid, which is an epic poem that it's pretty much was ancient Rome's response to to the poems of ancient Greece. So Virgil was Dante's ideal guide through hell because, A, he was someone that people in Italy idolized, and was a smart and good person, and B, because he was a non-Christian, he'd be condemned to hell. So he could have a good person, a good famous person whom he admired, guide him through hell because that's where he would live. Don't feel too bad for Virgil, though. If you're a non-Christian, you're a good person. In Dante's vision of hell, you're not really punished. I mean, it's not as good a setup in heaven, but it's still a nice setup. You get a temple with the green grass and the sunshine, and all the greats of history are there, and, and there are unbaptized babies there, too. And Dante is not the kind of person who would condemn unbaptized babies to eternal fire. So, it's not as good as heaven, but it's not bad. That's the man from before. How awful. I didn't think that the rot could progress so quickly. But why is he still smoking when he's already so sick? That's the same guy who had 3 limbs before, and now he has none. His name is Matt. Heyo. Even if he gets cancer, I guess he probably won't be any more worried about it. Really? Cancer, Aaron? He must be worried. The cigarette accelerates the sickness. But maybe that's what he wants. So why does he want Aaron's arm if he's just gonna lose it again? How can you want that? Do you feel sorry for him? No, just disgust. Aaron is a bad person, guys! You will come to understand when the rot has broken out in you. By the way, who are you talking to? But I will not wait that long. Oh dear. We want you to voluntarily donate your body parts. Of course not! Who in their right mind would choose to do so? Thank you for volunteering. Release me at once! Who talks like that? You cannot do this against my will. What are you, a monster? We've long since become beyond monsters. Damage the arm as little as possible. I cannot guarantee anything, not with this wooden saw. Okay, so they have bad implements. He's suffering from the rot so quickly that's probably going to fall off really fast anyway. They don't even know if they have compatible blood types, and this whole situation is stupid. And yeah, I get it, it's supposed to be showing the folly of greed, but if people wouldn't do things this stupid in real life, then the allegory doesn't work. It's like pointing out how you come up with this elaborate metaphor to show how stupid greed is, but it's so easily defeated by someone saying, well, that's not me, I wouldn't do that. And if they say that, then your allegory doesn't work. This game pisses me off. What more do you want? Are you angry? Fuck yeah, I'm angry. I think your arm will be a good service for the man. No, it won't. It's gonna fall off in like 2 minutes. You saw what happened to him. You're just as sick as them. That was my arm. How could you be so cold? Are you enjoying it? I'm not in the position to judge morality, but I think that man was far worse off than you. That doesn't give him the right to mutilate me like this. Now what? What will happen to me? They will come back. I want to get away. Want to get away? You'll find a way out if you search for one. Bye. I hate this game. Oh, okay. Hook and string. Hook and string are connected. Yay, now I will fish for the key. Oh, I just need a click. Good thing all that was here, huh? Really convenient. And the door's open. Bye-bye. Halfway between my 70, I came across a road in a wood, or something like that. I don't remember how the Inferno starts. It looks worse. Apparently humans aren't the only thing affected by the rot, but they can still grow tobacco to make cigarettes, apparently. This vision doesn't make any sense. Nothing about this makes any sense. Sorry. Oh, you scared me. You're not one of them, right? No, I am not. You live in this bunker? Yes, we do. Here we are safe. Not only because of the hunters. We believe that the rot does not progress as quickly in houses. Why don't you give us your company? We were just about to eat. We've made a nice roast. Do you like beef? Or maybe you prefer some of the pie? Actually, neither. I don't like either. Okay, fucking really? They're offering you food during the apocalypse! You're kind of a rude asshole, Aaron. Can you really be so picky in these terrible times? I know how crazy it sounds, but I hate everything greasy and sweet. Look at it as kind of a strange quirk. No, it's an out-of-nowhere thing that only exists to tie into something that will come up later. Woven like a quilt. I'm sorry, we have nothing for you, except a punch in the nose! Did someone come to visit, Mama? Yes, we have some company. Your eyes. How awful. Thanks. Not the best bedside manner with this one. The rot has struck her harder than it has us. I would love to give her one of my own eyes, but I'm too much of a coward. Isn't that pathetic? We'll not live long anyway. It's not so bad, Papa. I've already become used to it. But if I could have one wish, I would love to have one last glimpse at the sea. He still has the knife. Oh, nope, there's one on the table. We live in times in which we must share, right? Oh, oh, God! Oh, no! So they go to the sea and look at it, but, actually, are they in the sky? It's pretty confusing, this perspective. This is truly a sight you can never forget. So he gives the girl her eye. They see the sea, which looks fucking awful. And then we get a flashback. Okay, what is this? I love that for pouring wine. They just turn the glasses red, because that's all they can do. Oh, that's, what song is that? I forgot. Are you still so worried, Maria? Can you really tell so easily? It's kind of hard to miss. I still think we shouldn't meet here. Not in my house. You worry too much. He wouldn't cancel a business trip just like that. Even if he did, he would announce it first. Maybe one of the neighbors will see. I don't want him to know about it. You know how quickly he gets jealous. I'm not afraid of him. But yeah, let's carry on this affair even though you don't want to. Screw your needs. I am Aaron. Maybe you've noticed, folks, but I don't like Aaron. He's a dick. Okay, second part, and I'm out of time, so I think I have time to show you one thing real quick. Was it all a dream? You're Virgil, right? Somehow your name is in my head, but I can't remember how it got there. You're lying, but correct, Aaron. How do you know? What is this book? It's completely blank. No, on the last page there are 7 words. Avaricia is crossed out. You have taken the first step. The first step to where? Unfortunately, I cannot tell you. So avaricia is the word for greed. So the last area he got past was all about greed. Since he passed the test and gave up part of his own body, that part is crossed out. I have the feeling that I was just somewhere else, but I cannot remember. Can't remember, you mean. That must lie somewhere in the long journey behind you. Why don't you look around? Perhaps your memory will return. Yes, that sounds like the best thing to do. Whoa, Virgil, personal space. This woman, she looks familiar. Maria? Yes, that's her name. Maria, I swore to avenge you. Wait, come back. In which you discover that Aaron is Shadow the Hedgehog. I know this woman. I don't know how, but I remember her name. I just met a girl named Maria. But it's unlikely for you to meet a friend here, if that's what you mean. Perhaps she only looks similar to this Maria. I must speak with her. I must use forced, unnatural-sounding dialogue. Maybe that's the translation's fault. Okay, I know you're curious about this Maria and what's going on next, but unfortunately I'm out of time, so I hope you enjoyed my... don't cough at me, Aaron. I hope you enjoyed my lesson on the Divine Comedy, and I will see you next time, in which we find out just how much of a psycho Aaron is. Toodaloo, viewers.